Hello and welcome to Daily Reflection with Aneel Aranha. Today is the 6th of February 2020 and we're going to reflect on Mark chapter 6, 7 to 13. Listen. Then Jesus went about among the villages teaching. He called the 12 and began to send them out 2 by 2 and gave them authority over the unclean spirits. He ordered them to take nothing for their journey except a staff, no bread, no bag, no money in their belts, but to wear sandals and not to put on 2 tunics. He said to them, whenever you enter a house, stay there until you leave the place. If any place will not welcome you and they refuse to hear you as you leave, shake off the dust that is on your feet as a testimony against them. So they went out and proclaimed that all should repent. They cast out many demons and anointed with oil many who were sick and cured them. The gospel of the Lord. In the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus tells his apostles to go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Holy Trinity. In today's passage, we see him sending out his apostles in pairs to proclaim the good news of salvation. And although Jesus had prayer meetings in his house, see Mark 2, 1 to 12, these were a rarity. For the most part, Jesus was on the move, traveling from one city to another, one town to another. Contrast this with the models churches use today to reach out to the lost. They are mostly invitational. We stay put in one place and try to attract people to our church services or our prayer meetings. Consequently, we spend a lot of energy in devising strategies to increase memberships to our respective clubs, whereas we can be going out with the message of salvation doing far more good. This is, of course, harder to do because it means we need to be bold enough to venture out of our comfort zones and risk rejection. What if people don't want to listen to the message? Well, that is going to happen, and Jesus says so too. But if they reject the message, it is not on us. Our job is to simply preach the message. If people accept it, great. If they don't, Jesus tells us to shake the dust off our feet, which basically means we're to leave them to God's judgment. We have done our part. Now, when we go out with the gospel message, as missionaries did for centuries after Christ, our churches grow. Why? Because these people who have heard and accepted the gospel message want to know more about Jesus. They want to grow in their faith. And where can they do this except in church? I am now referring to the building, not the body. And then these people who are lost and are now found go out and search for others who are lost, and the church continues to grow. And this is how the early church grew. The people Peter preached to gathered in the temple courts, but they didn't stop there. They met in each other's homes, continuing to talk about the good news to people, and the Lord added to their number daily those who were being saved. So, go and people will come. God bless you.